This week is going to be dedicated to one of the summer's biggest gaming events. Held in Germany, Gamescom 2022 is already promising to be a devastating event for our wallets. The 2-hour live show is currently streaming online, hosted by Jeff Keighley. Hundreds of new games are set to be announced, some from our favorite studios. So let's go through every single game announced in the first of the 4-day event, the Opening Night Live. First up, The Lies of P. Perhaps what we were most excited to see was the Souls-like dark and gritty game, The Lies of P, a concept so wild and wacky that there was no way anyone could ever be prepared for it. If you haven't seen the trailers yet, then you're really missing out. The story is a reimagination of the traditional kid's tale of Pinocchio, but instead, the little wooden boy is a lean, mean hunting machine. Created by Geppetto to fight the growing evil of the machines in this dark and dingy world, we absolutely can't wait to get our hands on this game. We kinda hope that the studio decides to drop in references to other Disney movies, like seeing a Cinderella or Aladdin-themed monster would literally make our entire year. Next up is Moonbreaker. From the sleeper hit gaming studio Unknown Worlds, they released Subnautica in 2014, and it has slowly become a cult favorite indie classic. The underwater survival game with horror elements throws you into a hostile world and just completely immerses you in it. This is why we were a little disappointed when the studio completely left that entire niche, and their newest game, Moonbreaker, is going to be a board game simulator, kind of like Warhammer. The studio got such high praise for the game, and even its next sequel, so we have no idea where this came from. Following that, we have Under the Waves. But this next game came up as a surprise and redeemed the disappointment by Unknown Worlds. Developed by Quantic Dream Studios, Under the Waves is a story-driven game about the overwhelming force of loneliness. Set in the deepest and darkest depths of the North Sea in the techno-modern 1970s, Jumper Stan is attempting to conquer extraordinary misfortune and loss in his life. The separation of the remote ocean is a fitting sign of his perspective. As Stan retreats further into his deliberate isolation, he begins to encounter odd occasions far underneath the waves. This looks like more of a fitting sequel to Subnautica than Unknown Worlds could ever make. As an adoration letter to the sea, the game really makes you see how beautiful it is and makes us focus on preserving it. Let's talk about Hogwarts Legacy. This next release has us excited, yet a little doubtful. From Avalanche Software, and it's none other than Hogwarts Legacy. We've all literally grown up wishing we were in the magical and whimsical world of Harry Potter, and now, so many years later, we finally get to experience that. Although it's quite a difficult world to pull off, we're eager to see what the studio offers. P.S. We're still waiting on our letter from Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy is going to be a vivid, open-world RPG, but this time we're going to be in the 1800s, and the character we're playing is going to hold the secrets to an old mystery that could destroy the wizarding world. But finally, we got to see new tales from the Borderlands. Since 2K Games was there, obviously there was going to be some Borderlands action in there. Recently, they released Borderlands 3 in collaboration with Gearbox Software, and it was a smash hit. This time we'll be inside the war-torn city of Promethea, and we will be able to control Anu, Octavia, and Fran on the most terrible day of their lives. The playable characters of Borderlands are one of the most fun parts of the game, and these new ones look just as interesting. Assist these 3 adorable washouts as they attempt to impact the world and perhaps save it, depending on how we play. We'll get to face down a planetary attack, a horrendous vault beast, and an unfeeling entrepreneur in this roller coaster ride. The game is loaded with a diverse cast from what we saw, including talking guns, psycho murderers, and the Marauder gangs. But what about Dune Awakening? Following Timothée Chalamet's recent success in the movie Dune, Funcom Studios went on to combine the grittiness and creativity of survival games with the social interactivity of large-scale multiplayer games to create an open-world survival MMO. Arrakis is built as the most dangerous planet in the universe, true to the books down to the last detail. We'll get to build shelters against sandstorms, maintain the iconic still suit, and master the old ways to explore the deepest deserts. The colossal sandworm in the trailer literally blew our minds. We do not want to get eaten by that. The planet runs on the spice trade, and the game is no different. We'll have to hunt for spice blooms and then protect them from raider gangs and rival factions. Every aspect of the character is customizable through consuming spice that conquers your senses and acquires powerful abilities. We can also build fortresses where we could live and make our own faction inhabiting whatever we build. This seems like a really cool addition, and we hope they execute it like Fallout 4 did and keep the fort building system fun. Moving on to the sleeper hit on our radar, Weird Song. From the creators of some of our favorite games personally, like Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and 76, Skyrim, and Outer Worlds, comes a new addition, Weird Song. The game is arranged as a dull and hazy dream in a fictionalized Portugal in the Middle Ages. However, we don't actually know what the story is yet. All we know show us that the hero will be adjustable like all Bethesda games, and there are going to be classic RPG mechanics and questing. Former Bethesda game lead Jeff Gardner works on this game, and through him we got to know that the game is going to try tricking us and will make us question what's real. We'll have to deal with an untrustworthy storyteller and magic tricks designed to throw us off. Just from the list of developers working on this game, we would pre-order this right now. How could we forget Dead Island 2? It's been almost 8 years since the first game, so it's about time we got to see Dead Island 2. California has been turned into a quarantine zone, and inside it is bloody heaven for its non-infective residents. The city is loaded with activities and no police or anything to stop you. Using all the elements from Dead Island 1 of close-up action, handcrafted weapons, and amazing acting from all the characters, the game will take us from the Golden Gate all the way to the oceanfront of California's Venice Beach. The coolest part of the demo, though, had to be the random as hell cameos by Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad and the infamous Jack Black. In a game this wild, they'll blend right in. Next up is Gotham Knights. This release has been on our radar for a pretty long time. Since Arkham Knight was released, we all wondered what was next. Well, Batman is dead. Arkham is literally running wild with no one to keep it in check, and criminals are having the time of their lives. Now it's up to the Bat family to carry on the legacy of Batman. Gotham Knights is an open-world RPG set in the densest and most intuitive Gotham City yet. You can play as Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin to safeguard Gotham, bring ease to its residents, discipline its police, and dread to its lawbreakers. It's also been rumored that one of the main villains is going to be Harley Quinn in this new game, and that leaves us with an obvious question: who will take the mantle of the Joker? Finally, some releases worth mentioning. So you thought that was it? Although we just went through a pretty heavy list of games, Gamescom Opening Night Live actually announced over 50 new releases. Everywhere is going to be a multiverse-type multiplayer game with no limits. The Callisto Protocol features a mutating monster that you have to survive against. Sonic Frontiers shows us some classic lovable Sonic in his natural habitat. The Lords of the Fallen is a sequel to another Souls-like series, although it doesn't look that good. Stranded Alien Dawn is a horror survival simulator on an extraterrestrial planet. Based on the Expanse show up on Netflix, the game Expanse is going to be developed by Telltale Games and will be a narrative-based point-and-click game like all their others before. Park Beyond is a cool and colorful game on building parks, and it features unrealistically large roller coasters. Seems fun. The list goes on and includes Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Friends vs. Friends, Where Winds Meet, Goat Simulator 3, High on Life, Moving Out 2, Atlas Fallen, Outlast Trials, Homeworld 3, Dorfromantic, and finally, Scars Above. That's a wrap for this video, and thanks for watching. What did you think of the amazing lineup of games announced in Gamescom 2022, and which ones are you most excited for? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.